They're just leading with these very heavy ticket items, so to speak, for lack of a better term, when it comes to a connection. Those sort of things typically don't come up right away. They usually gradually unfold as you get to know this person in either friendship or relationship dynamic. When you meet someone who is insincere and strategic, they're doing it right up front because they're leading with their insincerity. Hello, lovely humans. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alyssa, and in today's video, we are going to be discussing the signs that you were genuine and they were being strategic. If you are someone that was in a toxic connection, or let's just say that you just feel cheated, you feel like you were played, this video is definitely for you. Now, before we begin, I do want to make a disclaimer that in no way are any of the things I'm saying 100% true for everybody, but this is all based off of my experience and research. All right, now that we've delved into that, let's go ahead and discuss this juicy topic. So a lot of times, if you have experienced this, more often than not, a lot of people come out jaded and guarded and just so turned off from the idea of a connection, because this can really burn a lot of people, right? This can burn a lot of people in a really negative way. And it's so unfortunate that these individuals can ruin it for other people. But anyways, if this is you and you're already like, girl, been there, done that, now let's get into the signs so I know that this was real. So in the beginning, right, you probably went in with your defenses down. You were probably just yourself, very open, very receptive to them or them that they presented to you. And you were probably you felt happy, you felt euphoric. This is probably a better word. You probably felt euphoric because this person, if they were being strategic, they definitely mirrored you. Now that's something that I won't go too far into, but they probably were mirroring you. So you felt like this instant soulmate connection, or they may even said, I've never met anybody like you before. When you hear these words, rest assured they're about to run the biggest game on you, because that's just virtually almost impossible, right? There are billions and billions of people on this earth. And you mean to tell me that just within a week of meeting me, you're just so enamored and you've never met anybody like me? Save the drama for your mama. Go play that game with somebody else. Your name is not Boo Boo. Your mama did not name you Boo Boo, and you are not a fool. So as soon as we hear that, we just know going forward, that's the lie. When you were yourself and this person, they saw that. It's not like they didn't see that, because it's very predatory, right? You will attract someone who is looking for someone genuine, who is looking for someone who's wearing their heart on their sleeve with their defenses down, someone who just has a lot of love to give. Now, you sought connection, they sought control. And I am looking at my notes that I wrote prior to filming this video, if any of you were wondering. You sought connection, they sought control. So in your mind, you're going into this maybe because you want a life partner, maybe because you want a new friend, maybe because you want a mentor, maybe because you want just someone to experience something with. But when they saw you, what was on their mind did not align with what was on your mind. They were thinking, how can I get the most out of this situation? How can I get the most out of this person? I know it sounds sick, right? But that's the type of things that these individuals are thinking, and it's contrary to who you are and what you're thinking, unfortunately. But the beginning felt neutral. So what you'll find is in the beginning, like I stated, it felt so hot, so heavy, so great. Trust me, I know. Been there, done that. Bought the t-shirt and burned it. It will feel like fireworks a lot of times that when a person's being insincere or disingenuine or strategic, they will be the most courteous, love bombing type of person that you've ever seen. That means lots of gifts, lots of trips, even sometimes money. People who are more affluent or fortunate will flash their money, and they won't do it. I think with a normal connection, the stark difference is that doesn't all happen at once, right? But when you meet someone who is insincere and strategic, they're doing it right up front because they're leading with their insincerity. If they were to right away tell you, look, I'm not here to get to know you, I just want A, B, and C out of you, they wouldn't have as much success. So these people have to get creative. So with love bombing, again, they're going to come out right out the gate with all this stuff. And it almost feels overwhelming. You might even have felt uneasy. Not that you don't think that you deserve it, that you do, but it's almost uncanny. It almost feels too much. So that's a big sign. A lot of strategic individuals, another sign is they will talk a lot more than they do. So this type of person is let's go to Dubai type of person, and then they never buy the tickets. Or this type of person is on the first or second date, they're like, I know I want children and a family and I want to get married and I'm a family woman or I'm a family man. They're just leading with these very heavy ticket items, so to speak, for lack of a better term, when it comes to a connection. Those sort of things typically don't come up right away. They usually gradually unfold as you get to know this person in either friendship or relationship dynamic. Those type of things usually don't manifest that quickly, but with a strategic individual, especially if they can see that you're someone that definitely would qualify, or not even qualify, just would want those things because you're genuine, they can tell, they will match that and right away let you know, like, hey, I'm just like you. I want these things. No, they don't. So once you notice that they're saying all this right away, it might make you feel flattered that, oh, they want these things with me, but it's not the case. They want something out of you, but they don't necessarily want what they're presenting to you. It's always a dream or a facade of something that will never come to fruition. So rest assured that's not the case. So when they talk more than they do. A sign that you were being genuine, they're being strategic, is also that they will, like a light switch, I call it the light switch effect, change. And it might be, they might claim that it's because you changed. They might claim it's because you're not doing enough. They might claim it's because you don't make them feel secure enough. They're going to blame, shift, trust, and believe. If you are being genuine and they are being strategic, they're going to blame shift you to make up for the fact that they don't really want you. They want what they can get out of you. So of course they're going to make it feel like you're not enough. This gets very deep, guys. Now, if they made you feel like that, rest assured in the beginning they didn't, but within, I'd say, about 90 days times typically is when someone's real personality starts to really show up to the surface. You can see what their true intentions were. Now they might be rushing commitment. They might be rushing intimacy. Or if it's a friendship dynamic, they might be rushing to get in your space. Or if it's someone in a business setting, they're rushing to get to know your personal life so freaking fast. And it's like, hold on, I just met you. You just met me. Let's pause. Let's take a moment here. Let's take a coffee break. They're not going to be looking to do that because, again, they're trying to get something out of this. And the urgency is definitely there. So this is when the self-serving persona starts to show up, which is that person's true nature because they were being strategic. When that self-serving identity shows up, all you can do is just, if you're the type of person who genuinely wants to do right, you're going to try to stick it out and you're going to try to meet this person's demands, because this is when they're going to start saying, well, you don't do this enough, or I like when people do that, or I'm used to this. They will lie. Some of them will lie and say, I'm used to people doing A, B, C, and D for me, when no one's ever done that for you. But it's manipulative because they're saying that so that you can feel compelled to do it. If you're the type of individual, if you're the perfect prey, then you're probably going to do it. So it's setting you up for the stage of being the pleaser and them being the one to be pleased, right? So it's almost like taking you off your pedestal in a sense. So, and then they're also going to, as they start to, I guess, in a sense, devalue you a little bit, they're going to start only being able to see you when it benefits them. Whereas in the beginning, they wanted to see you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They wanted to see you every day. Now you'd be lucky if you get one date in 2 weeks or even a month for some people. Or you'd be lucky if this person is there for you when you just went through a terrible transition in your life, or you just got terrible news. When you call them, their phone, all that you're talking to is the voicemail, right? Because these type of people, they only want you when you're there to benefit them. They only want you when they know they're going to get something out of it. And if they're not getting anything out of it, you could just as well be non-existential, literally. It's so, I know it sounds sick, trust me, but I'm just speaking from experience, and I hope that this brings clarity. So, future faking, we did talk about that. Now, another thing in these dynamics with strategic individuals is that it will never feel close. You'll always feel like you'll feel close, and maybe in the beginning, you'll feel like, again, that soulmate connection. But as the dynamic continues on, it starts to feel like you hit a wall every time you try to get closer with this person. This might look like only talking about superficial things, even though you've known them for quite some time now. So if you start trying to just discuss things that come up naturally about yourself, or just asking them about themselves, they may keep it very surface level or have very little to share while you're just sharing more. And that's like a big sign, big indicator that this person has other intentions, because if they were genuine, there would be nothing to hide. So this person is going to be very secretive in hiding things, maybe even hiding you. They're likely to not want to share their connection with you or post you on social media. Maybe that matters to you, maybe it doesn't. And the options that it does with this type of person or this connection, they may not even want to post you. Let's say that it is a conniving coworker. They may be secretive in terms of plans outside of work, so they may not invite you just accidentally. But really, they're just doing that so they can talk about you and share what you've shared with them with other people. They were being strategic, you were being genuine. Very surface level with these type of individuals. They could not care less about letting you know more about them, because then that would bring vulnerability, and vulnerability, you can't really control someone if you're also being open and vulnerable, because there's just as much being shared, right? Which makes you open and exposed. So of course they're not going to do that. One-sided compromise and a relationship dynamic. A lot of times you will see that that person's always expecting a lot out of you. Let's say they want you to, I don't know, they want you to cook and clean. I don't know if that's your case, but when it comes time for you to need something in return, they make you feel guilty, or they say they're too tired, or they've had a long day at work, or they bring up something nice for you that they did 3 months ago. And so then you're left with the feeling of guilt that they should have, but they're just shifting it to you. Or let's say that one-sided compromise, this friend, they always want you to be there for them when they're in a rough spot, which is sometimes constant with these individuals, because they tend to attract a lot of drama in their lives. Just being real. Let's say that's the case, but then whenever you just need somebody to talk to, they're just not there, and they can't offer that to you because they're disingenuine, unfortunately. So we did talk about blaming you. So they will try to say that you're wrong, and they will never be wrong. They will never be wrong. I don't know. These type of people are just literally Jesus reincarnated. They are never wrong. They do walk on water. And these type of people it's hard for them to take accountability, because in their eyes, the narrative that they subscribe to is that they are not wrong. You are wrong. But if they're really insidious, they know what they're doing. They know that they're wrong, but they're going to, this term is a buzzword at this point, but they will gaslight you. They will gaslight you into believing that your reality is false when it's very much real and very much true, which is why I'm about to get into it after this next talking point, but I'll tell you what to do to try to mitigate the effects of gaslighting a little bit, just so that you're cognizant of what happened to you. But another thing is going to be tit for tat, giving just to get. That's the last thing I have on this list. Giving just to get. If that person is giving you things, but then right after they give you that, they want something in return, or they strong arm you worse, or coerce you into giving them more or giving them something in return, it means it's disingenuine, because when you truly want to help someone, when you truly care about somebody, you're not going to be expecting them to give in return, especially if you care about that person. It doesn't exist in that realm of actually caring about somebody. So I just wanted to talk about what you can do when you are dealing with someone strategic, or you suspect that this person is manipulative and they have bad intentions for you. Document everything. Document everything. Write down everything. Record everything. Just do it. I know you probably aren't thinking about that, because if you're the type of individual to see the good in everybody, you're going to think it's a fluke. You're going to think they're just having a bad day. But when these character traits show up, it is just their true form manifesting, and it's trying to reveal itself to you, but it's up to you to know that the handwriting's on the wall. Otherwise, it will be invisible to you and you will have blinders over your eyes if you don't write it down. And when these people start to employ tactics like gaslighting, that can make it even harder to remember all the terrible things that this strategic person did to you to gain control over you. And then another thing is to have boundaries. So expressing the word no, I'm not available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to hang out with you or to talk to you or to date you. No, I could literally be sitting on the couch eating Cheez-Its. But if you don't want to give that person your time and your energy, don't. If you don't want to share what you did for the weekend when you come back from work, don't. I don't recommend making up things, but you could just be short or cordial or kind, but not oversharing if you don't want to. But what I found is, I don't want to make this video too long. It's almost 20 minutes now. If they get upset that you instill a boundary, I would say that's the biggest sign. You can just go ahead and leave this connection now if you want to, or just act accordingly, because they have bad intentions for you and they're upset with you. They're not upset with you. They're upset they can't take advantage of you. Another thing that you can do to mitigate the effects of the strategic person's intentions is to simply distance yourself. I know this sounds like a no-brainer, right? Just walk away. But genuinely, if you want to save yourself light years of heartache, light years of stress, light years of gaslighting, you can cut the connection cold turkey and walk away. That's the biggest final boss for these type of people, because they thought that they had the perfect prey, but you deciding that, no, I don't think I want to go through this again, or no, I saw Alyssa talk about this, or I saw someone mention this and it sounds like it's similar, and I'm not going to be here for it. I'm not going to be your experiment. And you decide, I'm just going to block and delete. You can do that, or you can just stop talking. If it's on the app, you can literally unfollow this person, leave them on red, or you can just not respond. If any of the above work for you, or if someone is genuinely giving you these bad vibes, go ahead and feel free to just simply distance yourself and disengage with the individual. Disengage, block, walk away. Because this is the ultimate way to save your integrity and preserve your self-worth and all these things that can come crashing down when a strategic person sits claws into you. All right. That's all that I had for this video. I truly do hope that it helped. Also, I thrifted this top. It's actually a workout top, and I'm obsessed with it. I didn't think I would be. I was into the color, but I love this top. So at the top of the content in the video, if this helped you, give you some clarity on some people that may not have the best intentions for you, go ahead and also show some support, show some love, so I know that this is helping you out. Subscribe below if you're new here for content just like this. And if you need to reach out to me, my socials and email are linked below. We can talk and chat. If there's anything else I need to mention, if you have any suggestions, you can reach out to me as well. But I do hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.